Welcome to our video of presentation Linkbase in Proton. First, we are going ahead and selecting a file and opening up the document for it. Next, what we do is we are going ahead and selecting a section and extracting it. Once the extraction is done, we go ahead and click on Linkbase at the top right hand as you see a button for Linkbase. Once we click on it, a new window would pop up. As you see, there are many buttons over there, as in import relationship, copy Linkbase. There's also a share button over there which opens up an add extended link option, where you can go ahead and enter the sort code, enter the definition for the extended link that you're going to create, and the ID for it. For now, we are copying it from the extracted section what we had done earlier in the file. Now we need to make sure that there are no spaces and there are no gaps, no hyphens in the ID column. Once it is done, it will give you an option that the extended link has been added successfully. Then you go ahead and select the extended link. Now as you see, we have opened up the schema tab. The schema tab is mainly used for adding new elements. As you see, there's a new button over there with the E sign with a plus sign on it. That's a button for adding a new element. If there are no elements, if the elements that you have on your Excel sheet have not been added in your base taxonomy, this is the way where we can go ahead and add them manually. As you see, we've clicked on it and now we are adding them manually by the element name, the label name, the period type and the data type. Now once this is done, we can also go ahead and add the label properties to it simultaneously. The label properties would consist of the label name, the role for it, and the language that is being used at. Also, we need to make sure that whenever you're adding a label name, you need to make sure that there are proper spaces between every word. Alternately, you can also add new rows in the label panel. For an example, if a particular element has 2 to 3 labels to it, you can add 2 to 3 label rows over here. As you're seeing, we are now going ahead and adding equivalent spaces to the words so that Proton accepts it. Now once you click on save, it goes ahead and saves the schema file. We just go ahead and double check if they have been added successfully or no. Now we come back to the presentation tab. Now here what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add copy paste directly from the Excel sheet. This feature is available in Proton. We can go ahead and copy paste the entire items from the Excel sheet to the Linkbase editor. As you see, the items that were copied have been pasted successfully. Also, to make sure, the reason we actually went ahead and added the elements first, because if we would have added the elements beforehand before adding the new element, it would have thrown an error. So hence we had gone ahead and added the element first, which was not present in the taxonomy. Additionally, in Proton we have a simple drag and drop feature. Now this is mainly used to set up elements into hierarchy. As you can see now, we're selecting a few items and dragging and dropping them into hierarchy. You can also expand and collapse the whole tree. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and set the order for this extended link. We select all the items and press the order button at the top right hand corner. Similarly we do for the other elements present in this extended link. Now that the order has been set, the next thing what we have to go and do is we have to go ahead and add the labels to every element. As for now, only 2 elements that were present in the base taxonomy already have terse label attached to it. Now in order to go ahead and add labels to it, you can, as you see, there's an option below the extended link where it shows label properties. It has 3 buttons, mainly add, save and delete. Using those buttons you can either add or delete a label property out of an element. In order to go ahead and show this label property column, at the top right hand corner you would see a box that says show label panel. Selecting that box opens up this panel. What we're doing right now over here is we're going ahead and checking if all the elements have a label property or no. For the ones that do not, we're going to go ahead and add them manually. As earlier in the schema details panel, we were giving proper spacing for every label name. Similarly, we have to go and do it over here. We again go ahead and add a label name to the different element and give proper spacing. We also make sure conjunctions like by and are properly titled, like and by should be in small letters. Now as you see, after adding the label panels to it, we now have an option for a drop down menu when you select at the preferred label panel. At the preferred label column you see a drop down menu for every one of them. There is a standard one and there is a terse one. Similarly, the other label panel have the label properties assigned to it. And at the preferred column, as you see on the right hand side of your window, on the right hand side pane, you see a column that says preferred label, which has a drop down menu for all the label properties available for that particular element. Once we save the file, the details of the taxonomy have been saved. Refreshing the column will only go ahead and collapse the whole data. You can then go ahead and expand it and see and verify and check if everything has been added successfully or no. Now, using this, you can also go ahead and assign a particular element as a domain member or as a tag or as a parent. As you can see right now, what we're doing is going ahead and assigning a domain member and assigning them as a parent. We can right click on it and click it and assign as a primary tag. Similarly, we go ahead and do this for other elements, for other values. We've assigned all these elements as primary tags. At the bottom, as you can see, the fact value and the primary tag options have been detailed over there for every value. Now, we're going ahead and assigning their values as $, and thousands up. By clicking on the context button, you can also assign context to every value over there. We can also go ahead and set this particular value to the assigned taxonomy. Thank you for watching this video.